Hello gamers! Get ready for another thrilling episode of Steam Daily as we explore the gaming landscape of 24 January 2024. The game Enshrouded is a voxel-based action RPG set in the realm of Yggdrasil, a world devastated by a magical pestilence. Players embark on a journey through an open-world continent, surviving the wilds, uncovering the ancient power of the flame, and piecing together a hidden story. In a land consumed by the Shroud, players face heart-pounding action combat against factions and formidable bosses. Crafting plays a crucial role, allowing the creation of epic builds and legendary weapons and armor. Cooperative gameplay with up to 16 players adds depth, as alliances are formed to raid, gather treasure, and overcome the fell hordes. Exploring diverse biomes reveals fallen cultures and ancient myths, unraveling a story of magic, ruin, hope, and redemption. And now we come to the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that Valheim-friendly NPCs, voxel-based building, and tunnel digging is a day one purchase despite lobby crashes. Graphics are beautiful, gameplay is good, and audio is very good. The audience includes kids, teens, adults, and even grandma. PC specs are decent, and the game size is workable. It offers easy to learn / hard to master difficulty with an average grind level. The story is lovely, and the game time is yet to be determined. The price is worth it, and minor bugs have been reported. The overall rating is 8/10 with positive comments on the day/night cycle, crafting, battles, and playability. However, Enshrouded, despite potential, faces criticism for server-side progression, limited NPC instances, and forced co-op experiences. Multiplayer improvements are suggested, and the game is considered a must-try for survival game enthusiasts, acknowledging its early access status. Oblivion Override 1.0 is a post-apocalyptic action game set in a dystopian AI-controlled wasteland. Players take on the role of Crimson, a rogue combat bot, on a mission to uncover secrets within the neon-drenched corridors of Dull Space. The game features a compelling storyline, introducing a new female character, Mecha, along with compact maps and challenge rooms. Players must master dodges, double jumps, and wall runs to navigate the underground network, equipped with 26+ specialized weapons. Unlock 6 combat machines, each with exclusive abilities, and explore diverse environments from abandoned arms factories to bioengineered greenhouses. For added challenge, players can increase the alert level for tougher battles against retrofitted enemies and bosses. Join the official community to report issues and share suggestions for 1.0. And now we come to the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that the game is a well-crafted roguelite with solid combat timing and telegraphing, albeit with some exceptions in boss encounters. The limited stage variety and repetitive scenery progression are drawbacks, but unlocking new events and hidden locations adds some diversity. The difficulty is considered balanced, requiring strategic pacing. Enemy attack animations are fair, though occasional frustration exists. Progression is standard, resembling Dead Cells, with the hub offering upgrades and new events. The skill tree focuses on sustain, damage, and economy. Weapons have distinct combos and special attacks, promoting variety. Boss fights are generally enjoyable, but difficulty variation among the same tier bosses is noticeable. The game features impressive visuals, fluid animation, and a playful narrative that doesn't overpower gameplay. Responsive controls, diverse modifiers, extensive unlocks, and a variety of weapons contribute to the pros. Some subjective feedback includes minor issues with level-up delays, unclear benefits of certain weapon features, and concerns about chance-based upgrades. The difficulty gap between same-tier bosses and visibility issues with the acid bosses telegraphing are noted. Overall, the game is praised for its execution, and the developers are seen as playing it safe but effective. The player expresses enjoyment and recommends the game for fans of roguelikes, Metroidvanias, and Mega Man Zero-style games. Oblivion Overdrive is considered niche, obscure, and underrated. The review also provides details on the game's procedural generation, 3 biomes, 8 bosses, and roguelike elements, including unlocking mechas and acquiring perks. The game Roots of Yggdrasil is a roguelike city-building experience set in the midst of Ragnarok. Players, led by Sana and her Viking tribe, navigate a perpetual time loop within the fractured world tree. To ascend Yggdrasil, they must create settlements, construct decks, and gather artifacts across the 9 realms of Norse mythology. The looming threat of the Jin and Gagap adds urgency, besetting failed attempts but allowing players to restart with enhanced knowledge. The Hold, a customizable hub, serves as a permanent base for unlocking upgrades. Diverse signs provide unique playstyles, and procedurally generated elements ensure each expedition is distinct. With a blend of resource gathering, deck building, and strategic decision-making, players aim to overcome the challenges of this broken world and conquer Yggdrasil. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to Roots of Yggdrasil as a unique blend of Viking lore, city building, and roguelike elements. The game introduces a race against Ragnarok, infusing each turn with magical Viking flair. Players construct Viking settlements while navigating a universe-ending void, turning each island hop into a fresh puzzle. Acquiring acorns for upgrades and magical longboat juice from Yggdrasil roots adds depth to the gameplay. The game combines myth, strategy, and roguelike elements, offering a delightful experience for those seeking city building with an existential twist. Players praise its polished mechanics, engaging gameplay, and successful fusion of Viking mythology with strategic elements. The game's aesthetic is likened to a crossover between Against the Storm and Pirates Outlaws, offering a fast-paced deck-builder city-building roguelite experience. While some appreciate the light management loop and puzzle-like mechanics reminiscent of Islanders and Against the Storm, others find the overarching story less appealing. Overall, Roots of Yggdrasil receives positive reviews for its enjoyable gameplay, impressive mechanics, and its ability to captivate fans of the genre. Despite some expressing concerns about addictive gameplay, the majority lauds the developers for a well-rounded and impressive strategy game. Under Night in Birth Roman II, Celes is the latest entry in the series, offering dramatic 2D fighting action in a visually renewed world. The game features 24 characters, including 3 new additions. The story revolves around Celes, facing imminent ruin in the final chapter of the Hollow Knight. The deluxe edition includes the full game, a season pass with 3 DLC characters, and additional content. Simple inputs cater to beginners, while rollback netcode enhances the online experience. New moves and mechanics add depth to gameplay, concluding the long-awaited tale of the Hollow Knight in the aesthetic sequel. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Reviewers are of the opinion that the game, as of launch day, presents a significant warning to potential buyers. Described as a horrible port, it is prone to crashing when attempting to change settings or play online. Numerous issues, including region locking, lack of borderless option, full-screen crashes, broken casual and ranked modes, and locked DSC contribute to a frustrating experience. The absence of a windowed borderless option and constant crashes further add to the dissatisfaction. Multiplayer functionality is severely impaired, with matchmaking and player rooms non-functional. The game is deemed unplayable in its current state, marking it as one of the worst PC ports in recent years. The developer's challenge to release a working game on launch is labeled as impossible. The reviewer recommends avoiding the game until significant improvements are made. Issues such as rollback to the main menu, potential region locking, and the absence of a fix contribute to an overall negative experience, portraying it as the worst PC port released by the developer, French-bred to date. Network mode crashes and player room matches with network speed issues make the game barely playable, leading the reviewer to advise waiting for a fix before considering a purchase. The overall sentiment suggests that the game's current state falls far short of an acceptable standard, urging caution among potential buyers. Summon Masters is a card and board game offering deck building and tactical gameplay on a 3x chessboard. With 4 professions to choose from: swordsman, mage, monk, and archer, players strategize against opponents. Engage in competitive battles, team up for dungeons, and tackle special challenges. The game's fast-paced nature, lasting within 5 minutes, ensures enjoyable, accessible play in short time spans. Build your deck, hone your tactics, and conquer opponents in this dynamic gaming experience. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to a nice and fun game, considered rare in today's era. It stands out as a positive recipient of player reviews, maintaining consistent quality. Appreciated for its one-on-one gameplay, it offers a unique theme and strategic depth. The game is well supported with ample resources and diverse strategies, making it enjoyable during commutes. Some suggest more map updates for added fun. Fans appreciate the Three Kingdoms spirit, enjoying battles and character construction. Overall, the game is highly regarded for its warmth, strategic elements, and the promise of future improvements. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy is a collection of free games featuring rookie attorney Apollo Justice and his mentor Phoenix Wright. The trilogy includes 16 episodes from Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, along with 2 DLC-only special episodes. The package offers additional content such as Orchestra Hall for music, art library for illustrations and design specs, and an animation studio to play with character animations. The collection supports multiple languages and presents some game contents as originally released for an authentic experience. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to excitement over the re-release of Miles Edgeworth Investigations and Professor Layton vs Phoenix Wright. Anticipation for Ace Attorney 7 is tempered, with doubts about its likelihood. A plea for a compilation of Ace Attorney Investigations, particularly Miles Edgeworth and Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Positive sentiments about Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, with nostalgia for their original releases. Praise for the bundle's graphical updates and bonus features at a reasonable price. Recommendations to play the original trilogy first. Gratitude for the port to non-mobile platforms. Personal anecdotes highlight the impact of dual destinies on the reviewer's life. Mixed memories of Apollo Justice with a humorous comment on Spark Brushell's design. Spirit of Justice is hailed as the best in the collection, with appreciation for My Phase Return and the engaging final case. Thanks to Capcom for keeping the franchise alive, translating the Great Ace of Tyranny and modernizing earlier titles. Expressions of personal attachment to the series and eagerness for the future. A playful request to port Investigations 1+2, accompanied by praise for the character Eldoon. In this exciting game, Anomaly Agent plays embody Agent 70 to thwart anomalies jeopardizing global balance. Utilize anomaly weapons for dynamic combat, employing both melee finesse and powerful firearms. Upgrade your character strategically, executing acrobatic escapes from relentless pursuers. Shape the narrative, unravel mysteries, and influence the world's fate. With memorable characters, unique anomaly bosses, and smooth gameplay, Anomaly Agent delivers an immersive adventure, offering players a journey to relish. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to a well-received game with positive elements in gameplay, graphics, retro music, and story. PC requirements are reasonable, catering to a broad audience. The game's length ranges from 3 to 6 hours, offering a concise yet enjoyable experience. Players praise combat and platforming, solid soundtrack, and level design with engaging boss fights. Animations and humor contribute positively to the experience. However, some report issues like unresponsiveness during controller spam, repetitive combat, and occasional messy controls. Despite minor flaws, the game impresses for a studio's first release, with potential for more depth in combat. The story, featuring 2 endings, is complemented by fun dialogues and good humor. Bug reports, including controller input problems, are noted, but the overall challenge and New Game Plus feature add to the game's appeal. The podcast audience is encouraged to experience the game for its positive attributes and not be swayed by isolated negative reviews. The game Atelier, Resleriana, Forgotten Alchemy, and the Polar Knight Liberator unfolds in the kingdom of Lantana, once thriving on alchemy fueled by a benevolent comet. As the comet vanishes, alchemy fades into obscurity. Risna, hopeful alchemist, and Valeria, an amnesiac adventurer, cross paths. The enigmatic Polar Knight alchemist add intrigue. With stunning 3D graphics, a timeline-based battle system, and an accessible synthesis system, players embark on a captivating alchemical journey. Enhanced characters, a rich narrative, and an exceptional soundtrack amplify the experience. Developed by Koei Tecmo Games and Akatsuki Games, this game is tailored for users aged 16 and above. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to disappointment with the Atelier mobile gacha game. Despite commendations for visual presentation and the crossover element, critics assert it's more of a generic mobile game than a true Atelier experience. The absence of a meaningful overworld, oversimplified synthesis in battles, and a heavy reliance on menuing contribute to the game's perceived shortcomings. The inclusion of gacha mechanics, requiring real money expenditures for character acquisition, further detracts from the overall experience. Concerns about potential misrepresentation of the Atelier series and disappointment in the game's simplified nature dominate the feedback. Some highlight censorship issues and express a preference for a traditional Atelier game over this mobile offering. Toribash Next is a sequel to the award-winning turn-based sandbox fighting game Toribash. This game introduces weapons, 4-player battles, and a replay editor, elevating the genre to new heights. Players create moves on the fly using intuitive 3D physics tools. Engage in intense 4-player free-for-alls or collaborate for freestyle tricking and poker displays. Modify rules, spawn items, and edit environments during matches. The game offers 20 articulation points, 21 with weapons, diverse game modes, equipable weapons, and a new replay editor for post-match editing. Explore a wide range of customization options, an in-game economy, and player-hosted servers for a dynamic gaming experience. And now we come to the reviews. As observed by multiple reviewers, the release of Toribash Next has left players disappointed. Numerous bugs plague the game, with a lack of pre-installed mods and external mod access. Physics feel worse than the original, and limited settings hinder customization. Glitches, such as launching into the sky and joint toggling issues, are prevalent. The 3 available maps lack proper collision, and the absence of practice AI limits gameplay. Grab indications are unclear, and camera bugs disrupt the experience. Despite a promising head customization feature, the removal of coins and missing purchased items raises concerns. The game lacks early access labeling, and the absence of UGC and custom textures disappoints fans. While some appreciate the new physics, the direction of customization and the game's overall quality fall short of expectations. Many express nostalgia for the original Toribash and recommend sticking to it rather than opting for the unstable and feature-limited Toribash Next.